There's fighting in Islam. Islam means peace, but sometimes you got to break somebody's neck in order to establish peace. How in the hell you gonna tell me you non-violent and somebody kicking your backside? You better stand up and fight like hell with those who fight with you. The Holy Quran teaches us that peace is maintained by strength. When you got a wicked one, you got to show them that you're strong. Otherwise, the wicked will overpower you. And that's why the Islamic world is overrun, because you're disunited. I shouldn't expend myself like this, but I'm just excited. All praise is due to Allah. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Thank you. So this man Farrakhan, after studying the white man's mind and the black man's mind, he took this book, Quran, and he used it skillfully to attract our minds into a process that would ultimately grow us into Islam. Now listen to this, listen to this. He did not want any Arab or foreign Muslim to come into any of our quote-unquote temples, because he was doing something with us that he knew you wouldn't understand and you would oppose it. So he kept you out. And you said, I went by the Muslim temple and they asked me where I was from, and I told them that I was from the kingdom of Saudi Arabia, and they told me I was not welcome. What kind of Muslims are these? He knew you wouldn't understand. You would never understand what he was doing, because it seems so contrary to what Islam is as you understand Islam. And it's true, but it was a strange methodology. But how effective was it? Let us see. Let us see. Wait. Farad Muhammad in the city of Detroit, in what they call Black Bottom Detroit. Black Bottom. Pretty rough territory. And here's a man coming to us with some material over his arm. Handsome brother. He knocked on the door, and the female would come to the door. And you know how you are, sister? Lord, what is this at my door? And he has straight hair and light skin. And you know the way we were taught to look up to that with straight hair and light skin. So he automatically had a way into your house. But he didn't want to get in your house. He wanted to get something in your heart. So he said in his accent from the East, I came to offer you some silks made by your brother from the East. Brother? I didn't know I had no brother in the East. What you talking about? And then he started telling you how when you were in the East, before you were brought to America, you were wearing silks and beautiful clothes. What? That attracted your mind. And he said, would you get some of your family members and I will come back and I will tell you more about your brothers and sisters in the East. He was smart. He knew how to get up next to us. He studied. That's your problem, Muslims. You want to talk to our people, but you don't know how to get up next to them. We are so revulsive. You know, I mean, a drug addict, a prostitute, gangbanger. You get so decent now, you don't know how to approach your brother. Scared of your brother or sister. But Farrakhan Muhammad was not afraid of us. He came. After he started, and they would gather their friends in a house, he thanked them for allowing them to use their living room to teach, and he would take up a little collection and give it to the owner of that tenement, or that house, or that apartment. And then finally it got so big, he said, well, tell you what, let's put our money together and get a place to teach. And they agreed, and finally they got a little place in Detroit. That man was so skillful, he taught 25,000 in Detroit and gave out holy names of Allah to 25,000 black people. One of those persons was Elijah Poole. Elijah Poole was a hard-working man that didn't have no job. And you know, you know how you can be hard-working but can't find a job? He and his little family lived in a shotgun house. You come to the front door, you look through, you see the back door. That's what they told me. And he went to hear this man because his wife had told him of something about this man, and he wanted to hear him. So he went to hear him. And the moment he heard him, he was very knowledgeable of the Bible because his father was a Baptist preacher, his grandfather was a Baptist preacher, and they had him sitting on the mourner's bench, and he would watch them. And he would see the preachers cutting up, getting drunk, taking off the sisters. And he said he knew he was going to preach one day, but something different from what his father was preaching, but he didn't know what that was. Finally, in Detroit, in 1931, he saw this man, Farrakhan. He was in the back of the room. He had 10 cents in his pocket. And when it came time to join up, he jumped to his feet and went to the front. And he said to the man that he heard, he said, I know who you are. And the man told him, but who else knows? Just be quiet. He gave his last dime. And that man, Farrakhan, took that man, Elijah, to be his student. And for 3 years and nearly 4 or 5 months, that man, Elijah, studied under Farrakhan. Farrakhan Muhammad told him, I am Mahdi. I came to guide you to the right path that you may be successful. Now, I'm going to come to the meaning of that in a minute. Can you imagine a man teaching 25,000 black people, and all of a sudden there are all these names: Muhammad, Kareem, Ali, Aziz, Biar. The white man shook up. Somebody disturbing his plantation. And he can't stand for anybody to disturb his plantation, so they arrested Farrakhan. Put him in prison, in jail. And while he was in jail, he sent for Elijah. Elijah came to get him out. Imagine a teacher that awakened you and began teaching you what you had never known existed before. And he's jailed just because he's waking you up. That's his only crime. He wasn't a thief, he wasn't a robber, he wasn't a fornicator, he wasn't an adulterer. Elijah came and got him out. After a while, his teaching spreading so, they ordered him out of Detroit. And he submitted and left. Look at the path. Detroit, from Detroit, Chicago. What path is that you taking, Farad? I'm taking the path of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. Muhammad was in Mecca, and he fled Mecca on the heels of a death plot and established Islam in the second city, Medina. Farad left Detroit, came to Chicago, and it was Elijah following him. He left Detroit, came to Chicago. When Farad got to Chicago, he was arrested here. When he was arrested here, he sent for Elijah. What you sent for Elijah for? I'll tell you in a minute. Elijah got him out. They established a school in Detroit, and the authorities arrested Elijah's teachers. And Elijah, Muhammad, went down and surrendered himself because he was the teacher. They didn't want no school where you taught your children anything other than what white folk wanted you to teach your children. So you got independent schools today, but somebody paid a price for that. I think we ought to respect and honor that one that paid the price for us to have independent schools. Now I'm coming to something, and I hope you'll just bear with me a few more minutes. All the while he's teaching, Elijah is like I guess a private student, because he's talking to Elijah, day in, day out. He goes somewhere, he write him a letter, instructions. He set up the mosque, and he set it up with skill. He had a minister, then he had a captain.